They say an average person does not require more than 25 to 28 grams of sugar in a day, and I just want to say that my protein bar has more sugar than all of that combined. So this challenge is going to be a challenge for me. Hey, what's up you guys, and welcome back. Today I'm doing a Matt Diavella inspired I quit sugar for 2 weeks challenge. Why am I doing this? I don't know. Am I going to regret it? 100%. There are 3 things that I want to figure by the end of this challenge. Number 1 is how much sugar do I really consume. Number 2 would be what are the foods that I eat on a daily basis that have the most amount of sugars. And number 3 is what other alternatives can I find for those kinds of foods. I'm very excited and extremely terrified about this challenge, but a lot of my foods, especially because I wake up late, my breakfast and until like lunchtime I'm fine. I don't really consume any kinds of sugars, but after lunch and up till the time I really go to sleep, that's the crucial period. I don't even know all the foods that actually have sugars in them, so I am excited to take you guys through it. Let's go. This is my first meal of the no sugar for a week challenge, and I'm already scared. So right now I'm having my oat bowl. It has just oats, water, bananas, topped with some cinnamon, and the slightest bit of honey. In this challenge I'm only going to be eating honey and like forms of non-processed sugar. I really like eating oats, so I'm not going to feel it right now, but eventually during the day it is going to hit me. God help us all. Okay, so it is currently 6:30, and like this is when the problem arises, is when it's evening time and I do not know what to eat. It's the easiest, in my opinion, to just go right now, walk into the kitchen and grab something absolutely unhealthy and full of sugars. But since I can't do that, also today I realized that your normal Amul butter does not have any added sugars, but the problem is that the bread that you're eating most likely contains added sugars in them. Mine does, even though it's just 2 grams, still a lot. So I'm not going to be eating that. I'm going to go into the kitchen now and search for something that is healthy because I'm hungry again. Also, I've been feeling like the night time, that is when the hunger kicks in, and I feel like even if I go to sleep, I'm still hungry. Like yesterday, I think I was awake till 3 o'clock just because I could hear my stomach growling. Gotta change that. That's my update for now. Let's see. So it is currently, I think, 11, and this is where the problem arises, is the night times. During the day I'm fine, but at night, especially after dinner, I need to eat something sweet. So I'm in my kitchen right now and I'm gonna have to search for something that will quench my sweet tooth. And I'm pretty sure there is nothing, so I'm either gonna have like a teaspoon of honey or a couple of nuts, and we're gonna call it a night. Today is finally the last day of the no sugar challenge, and need I say that I am beyond relieved. Let me break down to you what I felt about quitting sugar for 2 weeks. Throughout these 2 weeks, I have felt highs and lows of energy. There have been days where I've also felt really low and tired and sleepy and just groggy, and I feel like it has a lot to do with how much sugar you are intaking. I have also felt just spikes and fluctuations of moods, which is also something that can happen if you are in your initial phases of removing sugar from your diet, or at least reducing it. My biggest struggle areas were after my lunch, because that is when the snacking begins. One of the best alternatives that I always say to sugar is organic honey. I'm not talking about the store-bought, because I'm pretty sure they also contain some kind of sugars. Fruits, as always, are a great source of natural sugar. So if you're feeling low or any of that, then fruits are amazing. Your dates, I always say, amazing, love them. If you're not familiar, when it comes to sugar, your nutrition label shows you total sugar and added sugar. Generally, your total sugar is inclusive of your added sugar. Added sugar is anything that is unnatural, that is like artificial sweeteners, and like your fruits and stuff, that's what contains natural sugars. So next time you go to the grocery store, I want you to go check the back of the label. There are so many things that you can actually, and I have realized this over the course of time, that I can actually substitute with just having sugar from. This again is not me telling you to start restricting yourself or eat less of sugar, all of that. I just want to try something out, and I did that. I did not even think I could do 2 weeks, but I did. And I'm actually extremely proud of myself, because let's face it, I cannot wait to eat a chocolate again. And I'm probably going to do right after this. One of my biggest struggles was once it was like post lunchtime, because that is when my sweet tooth cravings would kick in, and I like to eat and hide and seek, or I would go for a chocolate, and it's just that. And in these 2 weeks, I've had to walk into the kitchen and not find anything there to eat. Nothing. So that was definitely one of my biggest struggles. Also, I feel like post dinner, you just feel so empty, like it's such an empty feeling. I feel like I struggled a lot after my meals, because there was literally nothing sweet to finish it off. So I would have to like have a teaspoon of honey or something. But that was another big struggle point for me. So I would 100% ask you guys to try this yourself. If not for 2 weeks, then you may want to do it for just a week. But it's something that I feel like I'm going to include into my lifestyle. The last 2 weeks have not been as difficult as I thought as it would be, solely because we are in quarantine and I get to choose the foods that are in my house. I also want to add that I have not taken up this challenge for diet purposes or because I want to like take care of my figure or any of that. So let's talk about my first point, is that how much sugar is it that I think I'm consuming on a daily basis. So I'm going to break down what exactly is it that I eat that consists of sugars. Firstly, and I feel like this is one of the most sugar dense foods that I have, and that is chocolates. It's a problem. I cannot stop myself, but it is what it is. It is one of those foods that I feel like is always in my house. The second thing would be in coffees. Now, I'm somebody that likes sweet cold coffee, but I'm not somebody who drinks coffee on a daily basis either. So that would be my second biggest component. And third, if you had to ask me, I would say these biscuits. I eat a lot of that and I am guilty and I know it and I hate myself for it. But so if I had to eyeball it, I would say somewhere between 30 to 60 or 40 to 60. Through this challenge, I feel like I want to bring it down, and I am going to bring it down to somewhere between 30 grams at least, or maybe like 35. I don't restrict myself with food a lot, but I am going to try and be a little more conscious. So now let's talk about the foods that actually contain sugar and that actually blew my mind because I did not know they contain sugar. The first one, and the most heartbreaking one if I say so myself, was ketchup. I knew ketchup contained sugar, I just did not know that much sugar. So your normal bottle of ketchup actually has about 30.8 grams of sugar per like 100 grams. So if you ask me, that is a lot, and if you ask me also, that blew my mind. I did not know. The second brand that I want to talk about is actually of milk. I wanted to see if the milk that I'm consuming on a daily basis contains any kinds of sugars, and safe to say It doesn't. This is the unsweetened natural almond milk that I drink. But if you are having anything that is flavored, then you might want to check, because I'm pretty sure there is some kind of sweetener in that. But because this is unsweetened, this one does not contain any added sugar. So check mark. Recommend. You already know, and you've probably heard people say that your Diet Cokes and your Pepsis and all of those soft drinks, that stuff contains way too much sugar. I have made it a conscious effort to remove black drinks especially out of my diet, because it is bad and it is addictive and it is just so unhealthy. The third thing that I want to talk about is your Tropicana, and I love this. I think it's the only drink that I drink ever if I am drinking something. If you are struggling with drinking black drinks, any kind of like sodas and stuff, then I would say to substitute it with, it's not really healthy, but another alternative. A healthier alternative than your Pepsis. Now, let's talk about cereal. And I feel like a lot of people are not aware that your cereals actually contain a lot of sugar. So I do not have cereal, but I found this in my house, and I thought I'll take a look at it just to see what's happening. Your cereal actually contains about 7.5 grams per 30 grams of serving. So if you were thinking about removing cereals from your diet, then I would say to add a lot of granola and remove your Kellogg's, because it's not the healthiest option. I'm one of those boring people that don't like Nutella and that don't like chocolate spreads. I don't know why, it's a thing. But we do have this one at home, which obviously nobody touches. Your normal, I'm pretty sure Nutella is a little more than this, but your Hershey's contains 50.8 grams of sugar. But that is a lot. So, like I said, this is the problem. If you are looking for an alternative to maybe a Nutella or any of these kind of spreads that you're buying from the store, I would suggest to just buy dark chocolate, melt it up, and you use it and you're good to go. That is something that I have been doing at home with my pancakes. If I'm making pancakes, I just take some dark chocolate, I melt it, I put on my pancakes. Love it. When I say that I can finish a whole bar, you need to believe me, I actually can. But I wanted to see how much sugar your normal dark chocolate bar contains. So one bar per 100 grams contains about 11 grams of sugar, which in my opinion is not bad, like not as much as you'd find in your dairy milks or any of those kinds of milk chocolates. So like I said, if you are looking for an alternative to your normal milk chocolate, dark chocolate, any kind of dark chocolate. That being said, I want to stress about the fact that I would never recommend anybody to form a restrictive behavior with food. Food is something you gotta enjoy it while it's there. Okay, do not stop yourself from eating cake or from having a chocolate. Just do it, but balance is always key. Like I always say, everything in moderation is amazing. This is just something that I really wanted to try. I wanted to see what it was like for somebody as hyperactive as me to quit sugar. When you go to the grocery store, do you actually turn the product and read the product label? Do you actually pay attention to how much sugar or how much fiber or how much sodium your food product contains? Was it the hardest thing that I've ever done? No. Will I do it again? No, but I do feel like doing this challenge has sort of helped me understand how much I'm mindlessly having things that may or may not be bad for my health, and also has intrigued me a little to find better alternatives, so I shared that with you guys. I hope you liked this video. If you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below and tell me what other challenges you'd like me to try, and don't forget to subscribe. I will see you guys in my next video. Until then, bye. I cannot express how this feels. I'm gonna cry. I'm having it after 2 weeks and I think I'm gonna die.